The show is called Authentic Selves, and we are starting off the year with our performer, Shayna Castano, also known as Simba X. And I want to read this piece of her bio word for word because I believe it speaks to what this show is. Her craft is a reflection of spiritual strength, perseverant resilience, and humble servitude. She challenges individuals to consider the interiority of self as well as the effects of social issues have on both the micro and macro levels. And I think that is a beautiful introduction to remind us what this show is about. We want you to be authentic. We want you to be yourself. We want you to talk about anything that is in your heart and soul and mind and just let it out. And so we will have this performer who is the founder of Exodus United that helps at-risk youth in Florida, this mother, poet, performer, educator at Orlando County Public Schools, come up and be our first performer to start out the year. Thank you.
All right, so family, how are you feeling? Good? All right, and even if you're not feeling too good, you have to feel good. You have to, remember to practice gratitude because you woke up this morning and somebody right now, unfortunately, is passing away and being born. So we have to reflect on the fact that we're alive, we have our health, we're able to see, we're able to feel, we're able to touch, we're able to smell, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. My name is Simba. I am a poet, I am a teacher, I'm a mother. I have a nonprofit, as she was mentioning, called Exodus United. The cool thing is we actually had a play here about 2-3 years ago. We had a vision where the youth would tell their stories through poems, raps, and play. And basically they wrote an entire script and they did it here. So we were really excited to be back here. I'm gonna be doing a couple pieces for you tonight. I'm originally a spoken word artist from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But lately I've been venturing a little bit into music. And so if anybody in the room here has experienced pain, raise your hand. All right, and if you don't raise your hand, I know that's not true because okay. So I don't know about you. I'm not trying to push anything on you, but I believe in God. I believe in a higher power. And so this song that I created is called Miracles, and it's just giving honor. And I want to affirm to everybody in this audience that we're going to do a little affirmation later. I would like to affirm that you will receive a spiritual, financial, economical, every type of blessing. So this song is called Miracles, and let's go. Here we go. Okay, get it. All right. Here we go. So for everybody in the room that feels like God forgot about you, I promise you that he loves you. The higher power loves you. Hey, let me tell you a little story how I gave God the glory, told the world, yeah, you bore me in the ways that really for me. Hold up. Listen. Hold up. Hey, let me tell you a little story how I gave God the glory, told the world, yeah, you bore me in them ways that really for me. Hold up. Listen. Hold up. See, in this world, we're all tempted to live a life of sin as if the Alpha didn't come to bring us back again when I was 16. Alone in my room, I stayed up all night, listening to things that wouldn't do anything beneficial for the spirit. I too was thirsty for the wrong things. You could call me a fool. I was always in the mood, trying to solve my own problems as if he wouldn't do anything. For everybody that feels like God forgot about you or that he doesn't believe in you or that he's not going to forgive you, you have to forgive yourself first. Listen. Here we go. Fast forward, I started losing my faith, feeling like where to go. Couldn't find it under the couch or on the radio. Listening to things that numb my mind but didn't really though. Medicate, is it all the same though? So I was crying some more, asking him to let me into heaven's door. Asking him for another chance, so would you let me, Lord? Would you let me, Lord? Or would you let me, Lord? Because really, again, he will forgive you. He will deliver. He will liberate for anything that you're going through, small or big. Listen. And then finally, I really started to see he took the blinders. He took the veils off of me, and now I do anything to be with thee, because the Lord is the Alpha and Omega. You see, if you want a miracle, you have to say it. I will receive this blessing. I will receive a new job. I will receive receive a new car. I will receive love. Listen. Say it. For you I live. For you I. You gotta insert your own. Listen. For you I. Say it. For you I. So like I said, this is just a little song to kick it off. Miracles. And I hope that you guys liked it. Good. Thank you. So that's miracles. Like I said again, whether you religious or not, it doesn't really matter. Like, when your car breaks down, when you quit from your job, so, like anything that you're going through, when you're just asking, like, please, you're asking someone else's mercy, you're basically asking for a miracle. And I want you to understand, like, it doesn't matter what you've done. Like, forgive yourself and say and be open to receiving blessings. Because a lot of times, we're hard on ourselves. And we feel like, I didn't deserve that. But it's okay, you did, because it's a little encouragement to keep going. So this next song is a little personal. I usually write a lot about social issues, homelessness, domestic violence, human trafficking, which we'll get into in a little bit. But this song is kind of me opening up. I'm a single mom. I used to be married for 8 years. I got divorced a few years ago. And, every day is a struggle. Because even though I work for Orange County, my rent, everything's skyrocketing, as we know, the economy. And so I feel like everything that we're going through is a spiritual war. And so I created this song. It's called Devil Get Off Me. And if anybody that feels like, the enemy is pulling you down, whoever the enemy is to you, you just have to say it like, devil get off me, and you just keep going, because nobody or any entity or any job or, any institution or any person is going to be powerful enough to hold you back, when you're in touch with yourself. So this song is called Devil Get Off Me, and let's go. The devil won't get off me. I said the devil gon' get off me. I said the devil gon' get off me. Cause with the blood of Jesus, who's gon' stop me? Hey yo, listen, come here. Yeah, I wanna talk to you, come here. Sit down, listen, come here. Listen. Look, do you know what it feels like? Nah. Do you know what it feels like? Nah. Do you know what it feels like to have to get ready for work with a flashlight? Look, the note says 5 days. Lights cut off, you got 5 days. Heart on ice, like Broadway, trying not to go crazy. Can I get paid? Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm tired of the pain, but I'm feeling like he whispered in my ear like you got it right. Matter of fact, turn the vocals up, man, hit the mic. The devil gon' get off me, say it. Said the devil gon' get off me. I said the devil gon' get off me. Cause with the blood of Jesus, who's gon' stop me? I said the devil gon' get off me. I said the devil gon' get off me. I said the devil gon' get off me. Cause with the blood of Jesus, who's gon' stop me? Nah, they're not listening. No. They are not listening, can't relate. As she says, mama, why you gotta cry? You try to hide it, but you feel your spirit die. The people around you ghosting like a poltergeist, spiritual warfare present, but so is God. Bible on the belt like it was a 9. Fire armor, yeah, good at saving lives. So we connected to the Most High. I don't wanna talk, I wanna pray, and I wanna grind. Listen, if you love me, then don't waste my time, for real. You don't deserve to control my mind. See, with him, I'ma always shine. Try to knock me down and I'ma still go ahead and fly. I'ma still go ahead and fly. I'ma still go ahead and fly. So, that's that one. So, it's not easy to talk about like things that we've really been through. And like, people see me, for those who know me, like, oh yeah, Simba, like, she runs open mics, she does radio shows, she sends people to New York, she does all this stuff, like, she doesn't struggle. Like, yes, we all go through it. We do things behind the scene, and, we stay up late and we sacrifice, we get late nights, early mornings. And, I think that there's a lot of resilience in like coming out and being open and telling people like it's okay, to say that you went through something, but you will get through it. Like, yeah, I went through that. That's part of my testimony. Because a lot of people, they're scared to be vulnerable. They're scared to say, I went through this. Like I've had my car repoed and then had to make like a stack in like a day to get it back. You know, literally like doing certain things, never experienced that in my life. And, you know, it's like it makes you stronger. And I feel like God is guiding us, and like we need to, you know, tell other people like you will get through it. You know, like you really will. So this last piece I'm gonna do for you, it is a spoken word poem. I'm trying to catch my breath. So I work for Orange County. I work at a Title I school. My mom is from, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. She taught in Perkins neighborhood, Miami for many years. So I've seen kids jump house to house, share underwear, not have anything. When I moved here in 2013, I started a poetry program every week at the Coalition for the Homeless called Speak Out. We publish a book of their poetry. It's on Amazon. And in 2015, I started my nonprofit, 501c3 Exodus United. Started working with homeless youth at a place called Covenant House here in East Colonial. And there was a girl that she was involved in human trafficking. And I feel like all of us creatives, whether you cook, play sports, do painting, you know, do hair, draw, music, anything, you have, you know, an obligation to like basically bring awareness about real things that are going on, because people might not listen to you when you're speaking, but the painting they might receive, or the hair they might see, or the song they might listen to be more receptive to. So this is a poem called "To the Young Queen on OBT," and it is to shed light on the issue that is still relevant today. Although I did this a few years ago, and Curtis Meyer in the back there trained me years ago. And I want to give him recognition. I was the first representative to go to Women of the World. So he sent me to New Mexico in like 2015. And, you know, this is just an issue. Like, we gotta, you know, a lot of like artists, they use like their talent, in my opinion, the wrong way. Like they're boasting and ego and I'm this, and like that's cool and everything, but do you know your why? Like whatever you do, if you don't know your why, then you need to go back and figure it out. And yeah, I don't really like to sit at home that much, those that know me, but just because I'm not home doesn't mean I'm not deep in thought. When I'm in my car, most of the time, I'm reflecting. Like, I know my why. My why is to bring awareness and to educate and to enlighten. If you don't know your why, you're doing it to impress somebody, whatever, like, you need to really reevaluate. So I really need you to understand, like, this needs to be changed. You know, we need to advocate for these people. One of my students a couple weeks ago was actually involved in a case. They just murdered a girl for being connected to a trafficking case. And so I'm gonna get into the poem real quick. I don't want to talk too much, but here we go. To the young queen who sells her body on OBT, your legs do not have to be lampposts to be the brightest lights on the trail. Your thighs do not have to trick a truck stop to put food in your mouth. Don't you remember when God made manna fall like rain, and yet you say the exchange is the only way? As if when with another man you could taste the wheat dissolve on your tongue. Need I remind you, birds have mouths and do not have the capacity to communicate with their creator, yet their mouth still he feeds, and you keep thinking it needs, see? You have way too much value to let a man's hands crack your porcelain. Do not let the pressure stunt your growth. Do not lower your luxury, because there is nothing royal in conducting that type of activity at the Royal Inn. And the roach that be all in those stained bed sheets, he used the phone book to call me. He said that you've been pouring tears at your eyes so much that you filled the tub up to the dirt ring with it, but you lie to me. You lie to me. You tell me you don't mind, even if it has you laid up in a hospital bed. Because that one time, I have to be strong for you, but really, I want to take you. And I want to shake you. And I want to mix your rational up like a snow globe, because this isn't right. And I'm going to be the one to say so, but you say, Simba, but Simba, chill. Really, it's all right. I don't mind, but young queen, I do. And no, I will not let it go. I'm not throwing dice with your life, messing around and let someone make a t-shirt out of you. Like R.I.P. the homeless bay on OBT. And when you count your dollars at night, see, I really want you to stop at 12, because believe they're on to you. And at that point, you no longer be able to pull the cement like a comforter over your head. A motel will no longer be able to serve as a place of refuge, you see, right? The night that I became your Uber driver, it became way more than just poetry. AA, Tamuka Arts Foundation community. We have red light district trying to steal the innocence from underneath our youth. We have homeless teenagers trick-or-treating to make ends meet, but there is nothing sweet about letting another teen coerce you into one. You see, I always knew the 528 could really bring the road rage out of a person, but you wanna know what I never knew? I never knew just how much traffic Orlando really had. See, I wish that I couldn't smell you. I wish that I couldn't smell you in the bark of every passing palm tree. I wish the street never extended its arm, never called you and cement and pawned you for cash like it was some kind of pimp. Young queen, I shook when you shared with me, but Miss Simba, see, this is the only way I know how to pay for things, like a place to sleep at night or my nails. Young queen, I swear, the Most High Creator put me here to let you know. No. The next time they come up to you, you have to look them in their eyes and tell them no. Because see, you, queen, you, I swear you were made for just so much more than that. Thank you. I don't know, we're done? We have time. That's it, right?
Yeah, you can say something if you want to.
Yes, I would prefer, instead of doing another poem, to close out with affirmations. Words have power. I have a lot of students that are struggling. Like, we literally have hygiene products, we have a comfort closet, like whatever they need, we give them. And they're like, I say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know, I'm broke. I'm like, bro, stop saying you're broke. Like, it's the mentality. Like, if you keep affirming that, you're just gonna stay in that poverty mindset. Like, I'm giving him ideas. Like, you're not into school? Okay, start a business, make an LLC. Like, go out with, clean someone's. Like, the point is that words have power. So if you're going through something and like, I don't know, I'm single, I don't know, I'm broke, I don't know, like, you're affirming that to stay in that mindset. So of course it's not just about saying, it's about actions to follow up. But let's end in affirmation. So if you can repeat after me, we're gonna say, I am powerful, I am great, I am worthy of love, and I am worthy of elevation. Again, but more umph. I am powerful. I am great. I am worthy of love. And I will receive elevation. All right, that felt good, yeah? All right, clap for yourself. So thank you so much. If you would like to follow me, everybody wants to pull out your phone real quick. Well, Instagram. It's Simba 93, like the lion. I do also run an open mic every month called Free Yourself Open Mic. We've been doing it for over a year at Novelty Hookah Lounge. It's actually next Sunday. If you are an artist, performer, or vendor, or know someone, or just want to watch come through, we are actually, going to be having a big competition soon to send an artist to South by Southwest. I don't know if you know about that, but we're doing things to put on other artists in the city. And again, I have a nonprofit called Exodus United, so we do mentor youth, and we actually just did an 8-week free recording studio program at Asylum Studio. We taught kids about beat making, engineering, singing, songwriting. So we do lots of stuff here in the community. I always need help because I do too much stuff, and I would love to support you as well. So just make sure you go up to someone you don't know today, talk to them, and check on your strong friends and everything. But that's it. Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity. Lauren.
One more round of applause. I actually heard your poem about Queen on OBT before, and I don't know, just something about poetry. Every time you hear it, it's a different vibration. It's something new every single time, no matter how many times you've heard a piece. You just always feel something new. Like, just thank you, Simba. Thank you for coming back and sharing the space. Thank you for the affirmations, for the positivity. Thank you for that authenticity, talking about real world issues. That's what we love here. I've said a couple of shows, you're talking about egos and boasting.
Yeah.
We don't talk about landscapes and flowers here at this show. That's not us. And even if you write your, erotic poems, there's a difference between writing an erotic poem to just make people go, oh my God, or just like, okay, all right, I'm feeling that. There's always that line between when poetry means something and when you're just writing it. Like, just words just mean something, and when you're actually trying to just share something. So I love it. I love it. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing out the year with a bang.
Thank you.
One more time. I'm trying to clap with my phone in my hand. I don't even know why I have my phone in my hand. I don't need it right now. So I'm going to bring up my co-host, Nadia Carzon. Ooh, that sounded nice. I've never said your name like that. I'm getting it. I'm getting that Spanish. I can't do that again. She is the executive director and founder of Decolonizarte Teatro, which is the cross-section of Latina and art and their social issues. I got it. It's only taken me a year. So I'm going to bring her up to start our open mic piece, and thank you all so much for attending tonight.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, as Lauren said, my name is Nadia Garzon. I think Benoit mentioned I'm the wordplay chair here at Timucua, and I have my own theater organization, and I share that we also work with social issues and theater, and so we work at the intersection of Latinx, immigrant, and LGBTQ+. You can also take out your phone and look for this disco, like that, and follow us. We do awesome work here in town. We perform a lot here at Timucua, and we will be at the art space, the new space that the Fringe, the Orlando Fringe has, which if you don't know about, you should check it out. But we are we're gonna start our open mic, which is super exciting because that means that you get to come up here and talk about whatever you want, whatever your authentic self is, which is very beautiful. So I'm gonna call the first person, and Laura Lai. Yes? Are you here?
Don't clap just yet.
Okay, I guess not. All right. That's all right. Is Jose in the house? No. Okay. All right. Third time's a charm. All right. That means more time for the other people. Okay, Benji, I know you're here.
Yes.
Benji, I do know you're here. Thank you, Benji.
Thank you. Hello. My name is Benji Nelson. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this before. I'm an author. I'm a self-published author. I just published a book titled Sincerely, I Apologize. Not history, but her story. It's a story of one man apologizing for all men to all women. It's history, women's history dating back from the BCs all the way up to the 2000s. 230 pages of women's history and 7 years of facts that I put together. And the reason why I wrote this book was because I'm the only child. My mother passed away when I was 9 years old in 1993. My father was never there, and I have no siblings. And so, I would think like if something happened to me, then that's it. So, and at the same time, for my daughters, I wanted to leave something behind for them. So, nobody would have to tell them anything. Something happened to me tonight, even tonight, I still feel comfortable with this. As long as they have this book and as long as they can see what Daddy read and telling them about themselves and great things that women have done and their power, their potential, the things that they can do. This is all facts right here. So that's why I left that at that. But at the same time, I was thinking, how can I promote the book? So I wrote a poem, and it's a poem, but I'm gonna try to do the spoken word, I guess, and it's about me. Who am I? Because the title of my speech is called Who Am I? And the reason why the title of my speech is called Who Am I is because everywhere that I've been, everywhere that I go, and everywhere that I'm going to go, everybody wants to know, who am I? So I figured, who better than me to tell the world about me? I come from the offsprings of King Solomon, King David, Jacob, Isaac, Abraham, and Adam. I was born on the 29th of July, 1984, at Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, Florida. I became Beniyah Malak, Yodewape's son, also known as Benji Nelson, and everybody wants to know, who am I? Can't you tell? Just look at the panache in my walk, the fire in my eyes, the sounds of many waters in my voice, the mystique of peace that you feel when in my very presence. I've heard many people say that I walk around as if I figured everything out. But little do they know that the secret of all ages, Solomon's seal, and the world's best kept secret was hidden from me. Also, they don't know that those secrets have been revealed, and the seal has been unsealed, and the veil of darkness has been lifted from over my eyes. The enemy has tried everything in his powers to keep me deaf, dumb, and blind to the truth of who I am. To date, I've conquered death 7 times and still counting. And during those many obstacles, I always overheard a conversation between life and death. Death would ask life, why does everybody hate me but love you? And life would reply, because you're the painful truth that everyone is trying to avoid. And me, I'm the pleasurable lie that everyone is trying to hold on to. But look at me. I was once trapped behind fences, walls, bars, and barbed wire, a product of my environment. Am I? Then who am I? I'm the one that they left for dead in the trenches who wasn't expected to survive. I'm the one that they locked up in the Florida Department of Corrections because they said I was a menace to society, would never amount to anything in life. Well, all those bricks that they threw at me, only their poor attempt to assassinate my character, I'm using those same bricks to begin to build a foundation of a new castle. Yes, I said castle, and I meant castle, you see? You can take the crown, the robe, the throne, the castle walls, the servants and peasants away from a king, and he's still a king. Hold up. I don't think y'all heard me. I said you can take the crown, the robe, the throne, the castle walls, the servants and peasants away from a king, and I'm still a king. Why? Because I was born king, not elected. My blood is royal. You can't give me what I got. So that means you can't take it away, which is my divine mind. So who am I? Well, I just gave you a short synopsis about me. What about you? Who are you? Do you know? Sometimes, do you feel the way that I feel? Do you think the way that I think? If so, then that means that you're one of us. And I'm glad to be the one to tell you that it's your turn to stand up and take charge. It's your turn to be that leader that everyone is searching for but scared to be. It's your turn to help someone out in a time of need. It's your turn to prove to everyone in statistics that they're wrong. Your name may not go down in the history books. Why should it anyways? It's not your story, it's his story. Your good deeds may go unnoticed. Come to think about it, we may not even remember your face. But those deeds are the ones that matter the most. And I need you all to remember one final thing, that a leader is not defined by how many yes men or women one has. A leader is not defined by how many followers you have on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, or any other social media website. A true leader is a leader that creates other leaders. And that's what I do. Beniyah Malak, Yodewape's son, also known as Benji Nelson. Now ask yourselves the question, who am I? Thank you.
Thank you. Where can we get that book? Benji.
I have the book right here. I have it right now for sale for $20 a piece. And also
$20.
Yeah,
200.
230
Oh, 230 pages. Never
And
mind.
also it's on Amazon. All you have to do is type in Benji Nelson, author Benji Nelson, and it'll pop up. Sincerely, I apologize. Not history, but her story.
Yeah. Well, I think that, and I speak as a woman, I think that we all deserve an apology for many things that have, so I think that we should all read that book. I love it. Thank you so much for that. All right, Jason, Ty. Or Ty?
Appreciate you. What's up, family? Hey. I'm gonna try this again. I said, what's up, family? Hey. I know y'all up there. I heard y'all going up the stairs, so I know some of y'all up there. The light is kind of bright right there. But yeah, so I am a local artist here. I'm also the art facilitator for Exodus. That's considered my sister. So if you ever see us in the street, you know what I'm saying? We are really in the street for real. We're really about this. I'm a local artist here. Go and do my small plug. You follow me on the gram. I am Jason Ty. Just how it sounds. I am Jason Ty. It gives a description of what I do. Yeah, and I'll go from here. Man, I wrote a lot of pieces recently, but this piece I wrote kind of after the situation with P&B Rock. I kind of did some research upon writing most poems. I do my research on a lot of things, a lot of subjects. This one hit a little chord differently because it kind of brought light to a lot of other MCs or artists that are losing their life senselessly. You know, we can go forward, especially like, you know, the happened thing with Takeoff. So when you sit and look at these stories of these young brothers that have changed their mindset from a poverty mindset to a king mindset, and for them to lose their life from another person, from the poverty mindset, it struck a chord. Because it's not like they were out here doing nothing stupid. They were trying to uplift and show people there is another way. There is a better way. So I wrote this poem expressing my thoughts about what was going on. So the game says, watch what you eat when you go to Chicken and Waffles, because you might get your change snatched. You see, but I didn't know that me as an artist from the 9-to-5 grind, making sure that I changed these lives, that I had to worry about eating these chicken waffles at this place that I was trying to get, on the same place as I slept in my whip, focusing on the dreams that I'm trying to make true, hopefully sitting back enjoying the chicken and waffle with my queen, that I didn't have to worry about a nine being pulled to my throat saying, yo, let me get those jewels off your neck. Cause see, I ain't trying to grind like you. I'm trying to get those jewels off your neck as I pull this 9 to your throat for the last time. You see me, I'm not trying to work a 9 to 5. I'd rather steal your time. So let me get these jewels off your neck as you sit here and eat these chicken and waffles. Now I understand that I sacrificed the same thing. And last time I checked, God gave me and you the same 24 hours to live this thing we call life. I don't get no extra time or less time you take or gain more life. So I don't understand why you have to put this 9 to my throat and say, let me get those jewels off your neck. As I sit here and strive for the chicken and waffles that I'm trying to eat. You see me, I ain't trying to lose no sleep. But you understand, I used to use a lot of sleep, slipping in my whip, making sure these dreams will come true to inspire the next kids and youth. Trying to make sure that my kids have legacies to eat and focus on the seeds that are planted in these seeds. So if I decide to sit here at Roscoe's Dream and eat these chicken and waffles true, it should be that I should be able to eat these things in peace. So why you gotta pull this 9 to my throat and say, yo, let me get those jewels off your neck. Let me get that cash out your pocket. Let me put this 9 to your throat. Cause see me, I ain't trying to grind. I'd rather steal your time. I think God's gonna give me some more time if I take yours, but I didn't understand that we're both given the same type of time. So I wonder why this lazy dude on the streets trying to beg for my chain off my neck as I sit here and eat these chicken and waffles at Roscoe's, following his dream. See, I didn't know that sitting here came with a warning sign. I wonder why these cats in the streets don't want to understand my grind. I got the same 24 hours as you. I didn't do nothing different but believe in my dream that God gave me. So as I sit here and build out these vocals from my lungs, from changing my perspective on my own state of mind, changing it from a poverty state of mind to a king state of mind, I wonder why this 9 happens to be in front of my mind. I understand why you're going through a stressful time. You see, I went through the same thing too. So why are you mad at me as I sit here and enjoy this chicken and waffles at Roscoe's on the West Coast? I'm from the East Coast, the South Coast, the North Side. I gave a lot of 9 to 5 grind from the 5 to 9, focusing on my dream. So I wonder why these lazy dudes want to pull this 9 and say, let me get those jewels off your neck. Let me get that water cask in your pocket too. Let me get that phone. Let me get this as I cock back and take your life, because I guess I might gain a little extra time in this thing called life. Don't you understand that God's not going to give you extra time for taking my life? I focus on the reason that we all are truly alive, and it's sad that this scenario was just a little bit different when the dad, and of course his young king, to take another king's life. I mean, what do you do when we sit here and say most of our kids are lost because they don't have a father figure? But what do you do when the father figure is the one that's coursing this kid to take this man's chain off his neck because the dad does not want to work a 9 to 5 to make sure the grind is for his kids to eat. Instead, he'd rather take this dude's chain off his neck and say, yo, I'm mad because you get the chance to eat these chicken and waffles and I ain't trying to try to spend time. But the reason that I was given the same type of time that you were given, the same 24 hours, that I'm not gonna get no extra time if I pull this 9, but let me get those jewels. Matter of fact, I'ma send my young seed to grab those jewels off your neck so I can flip, cause I ain't trying to work a 9 to 5, and I'm just mad cause I cannot sit here in Roscoe's dream and eat this chicken and waffles with my queen, so I guess I'll just take these jewels off your neck as I cop back this 9. Let me take those jewels, let me take that ring, let me take everything that you done work 9 to 5 grind, sitting in the back of your whip, but I ain't trying to grind. I'd rather take yours so I can have more for mine. So as I sit here and cry about the fact that I couldn't get this chicken and waffles, but I'd rather take yours. I wonder why I cannot enjoy the same thing. But then as I cop back this 9, I wonder why, as you look down the barrel, why these artists happen to always die from living their lives, focus on the change of state of mind. Why do these young rappers seem to always die? I mean artists, because last time I checked, they're artists like me. So I'd be damned as I sit here and eat my vegan waffles and chicken and waffles, and somebody try to pull a 9 on me because they didn't want to work that 9 to 5 grind. You see, I worked a lot of 9 to 5s, even a 5 to 9 grind. So I'm sorry if I look down that 9 to 5 barrel and focus on the reason that I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna leave these legacies for my kids to eat. So if I decide to sit here and chicken and waffles at Roscoe's and believe it's his dream, I don't want to have to worry about a 9 being imported and say, yo, let me get these jewels. Let me get that cash too. Because see, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I just rather steal yours. Because I think I'm going to get a little bit of extra time as I sit back and take this chicken and waffles from Roscoe's on the west side.
Yes, it is. Thank you for plugging it in.
Yeah.
Also,
I was like, is
this
that
is
yours?
my
This is
my art. This is my art here. I had T-shirts. I sold out, so I guess it's a good problem to have. But I will be rebatching them up. So follow me on the gram. Anytime I push any new merch, it's always on the gram. So once again, follow me. I am Jason Ty. Exactly how it sounds. A tie like you put on going to Sunday church or an interview. I am Jason Ty. Follow me on the gram and follow Exodus United. Peace.
Thank you, Ty. It's well, I was looking at the art, but also I was feeling like so complex, right? To try to understand where the other person is coming from, right? Even in situations like that. Oh, thank you for putting that in words. Appreciate that. Okay, we have a regular. Curtis, are you ready? Curtis is here, has been here for almost all the time that we've been, almost. How many times? Curtis, how many times have you performed in Authentic Selves now? Almost since we started, or?
Whatever the night Susan Lily was the feature has been my first one. I think it's been 4.
That was August.
I was August.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's home now. So.
And I didn't make
Amazing.
you go first this time.
You did not.
All right.
Not because I introduced. That's why she didn't mess up your name for that.
All right, Carlos.
Welcome.
Curtis Carlos.
You got other people calling me Carlos now.
I'm sorry.
Is Diane from Loose Lips in the building? No, never mind. I invited someone that apparently didn't come.
Dang. It's okay. Same thing happened to me. We're here. Same thing happened to me.
So Lauren, you hurt my feelings. You saying people don't write poems about flowers. I write tons of poems about nature and flowers. And next month I'm going to do it in an all flower set just to spite you.
Okay, but you're different. Yeah.
Hopefully not like Elephant Man different, but I'll take it.
Good Lord. No, you see, your flower poems are not going to be the type of flower poems.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah,
Don't.
you and birds.
Birds, right?
Yeah, go for
Birds. Simba. One more round of applause for Simba. There you are. I realized this coming June will be my 20th year doing spoken word, slam poetry, hosting stuff on stage. And I can say But the one thing I would be remiss if I didn't address is that in those 20 years, the single proudest moment of, I don't want to call it a career because that implies I got paid, is that, as Simba addressed, I was the slam master of a slam, and Simba was the first ever representative of Orlando at the Women of the World Poetry Slam, and that's the single proudest thing I've done. Birds. John James Audubon, the painter and ornithologist who lends his name to the National Audubon Society, was born on what is now Haiti to a French naval officer. Today, debate rages on whether his mother was Creole, a fact that, if confirmed, would mean he was genetically half black. What is known for certain is that throughout his life, Audubon owned at least 9 slaves. Audubon's slaves return as the flock. There came a day when outstretched arms transformed into wings, each finger unfurled into a feather, kneecaps snapped backwards in place, calloused toes twisting outward into prehensile talons, field haulers stuck like rocks in our throats, reborn as song, the voice of sunrise, hymns summoning a new day. Somehow, we knew we were done running. Never mind the railroads, there was no underground anything. Everything beyond and below us was sky. We cast shadow as planets to eclipse the plantation, our murmurations blanketed countryside as black specks across daytime, the opposite of stars. Here, we knew migration is something other than bedtime story used to pad nest for hatchlings. You, celebrated artist, your kind bestows brands upon corpses, red-bellied woodpecker, ruby-crowned kinglet. You call yourself scientist, appoint titles of royalty over legions of the silent dead, describe anatomy unseen while subject is in flight, the woodpecker's chest, invisible when pressed against trees, the kinglet's crown, absent while glancing up at its underside. You shot down live specimens, posed each carcass as model for morbid portraiture. They call you genius, master over the lesser creatures. They say your paintings look so lifelike. Allow us to present a lesson on extinction. Permit us to share what we have learned of cages. We warbled ourselves into cacophonies, no, symphonies, new names too guttural for primitive mouths to pronounce, pitches too high for human ear, the language of squawk and caw, quack and chirp. Our breath became music, echoing the distant drum of Africa. Some of us took to sifting clams with our faces. Some, our beaks would train in bowls of your gruel for nectar. That day, we stood together along the shoreline, beneath the shade of the mangrove forest, waiting. We began to levitate as one, soles of our feet lifted from the water. We would never touch ground again. We didn't need to outrun the horses. We just needed to fly higher than the mountain, higher than bullets, the whips, gun smoke, and cannons, higher than hands can reach, than eyes can possibly see. If we couldn't vanquish your weapons, at least we could shrink them from view. We couldn't burn your haunted guidebooks. Still, we rose off pages as spirits above the flame. Were we not colorful enough for you to take notice? Hypocrite of natural beauty, was our image not deserving of libraries, of conservation? For all your vast catalogs, were our names not worth committing to memory? We are not secret you will sweep under the rug. There are no more hills for you to plant flags on. You cannot colonize the air. For all our size and numbers, you can't ever tell us apart by individual features. You will not get to classify our species, identify each by our scars and plumage. It would be impossible to challenge the sun without assaulting your vision. Freedom became our alphabet. If we couldn't cross the ocean, at least we could jettison our hollow bodies higher than your feeble imagination. You might taste our down if you're lucky. falling like flakes of snow upon your tongue, but you will never quench your thirst on the yolk of our eggs, the blood of our young. We swore from that day forward we would never go back to cages again. Fire off as many arrows as you like into the clouds, race traitor. You will never take us alive.
Thank you, Curtis. And I'm so excited to see people when they come back and again and again. It's really exciting. And this has really become a space where we can talk about whatever we want and all different subjects, including flowers and birds and food. And all those three things we've heard Curtis talking about or writing poetry about, which is awesome. I just really quick want to check and make sure, is there someone out there who did not check in with me but who would like to read tonight? Oh.
Oh, there's Jose. He showed up.
All right. You know what, Jose, since you're late, I'm gonna let you come up and then I'll call the other person after. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right, Jose, come on.
Oh my god, hi everyone. It's so finally good to make a marmotastic marmalade comeback in here. I hope everyone is doing well and hope that everyone has a 2023 full of rejoicement, colors, but at the same time, all the marmalades in the world. Awesome. So
Fantastic, yo.
yes, marmotastic. So for my first poem that I'm gonna read today is entitled I Wish. And it says like this. I wish for a world where no one has to skip meals. I wish that people don't get disappointed. I wish that everyone has enough money to pursue their dreams. I wish for healthy relationships. I wish for memories not being taken for granted. I wish for kindness. I wish for prosperity. I wish for love. I wish for antidotes, cures, in which people don't get sick. I wish for a long-term life. I wish for authenticity. I wish for happiness. I wish for safety. I wish for things I used to believe in my childhood to come to life. I just wish. Thank you. For my second poem, I entitled it Tale as Old as Time, Where Did It Go? Never got the chance to finish our story. We were in different orbits. I was in your light, meanwhile you decided to dim it to sparkle your own ego. The pages keep passing by like cars in the middle of the driveway, waiting for an answer to be released by the slumber in your eyes. You found someone to miss, and I am standing here, wounded in the big letters, exit, because in my head, I believe that you will return back into your own authentic self. I can't hate you because you got what you wanted, even though I was not a part of it. You are holding my hand, but it's just for show. Because when Monday to Friday glows, we barely spoke. My tale's as old as time. Where did it go? Thank you. And for my last piece, it's called Unentitled because I didn't put a title. But at the end of the day, you can have the more metastic experience to your own free and lovely color interpretation. And here it goes. Sometimes I don't understand how your brain functions. Could it be that we don't use the right words? Maybe it could be that we're being stubborn. All that I know is that it hurts. I only wish that you could observe in your reflection what you do. There could be a possibility that you might hate yourself if you realized. It's interesting that if we don't have things to talk about, or if we don't argue or discuss our issues, I become a stranger to you. But let's be honest, I don't want to create the dimensional orbit where your insecurities are being taken out on me. My heart doesn't want to say goodbye, but sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time because I don't see you changing your mind. I don't expect you. I don't want to change you. Just that when we are two, it just feels that sometimes it's only one. Only one that is putting the boat to safety. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad I asked. I love all those wishes. Reminded me that it's the new year and we have like this new opportunity to like restart, right? With our affirmations and our wishes, even from childhood. Yes. Like, yay. Okay, so we have one more person. No, I have two more people, but one more person that was not on my list and is now on my list. So Ronald, come on over. Ronald is here for the first time.
It's my first time.
First time. Amazing.
I don't really have much to say, but my name is Ronald. It's my first time doing this. I've been writing poems over 3 years. I have over about 1,000 poems, but I never performed them. This is my first time. So I couldn't figure out which poem to do. I'm just gonna go ahead and do 3 of them. All right.
You got it.
So this poem is pretty much it's for parents out there, or future parents. For the synthesis, I came out the womb of your mother nature. I remember the day I was planted. My son and daughter, happy to be a father. Sun and water, blossom, grow. Carbon dioxide, inhale, exhale, breathe, my seeds. A generation conquering history. I'll be that proud parent supporting his seeds. To the end, forevermore. What does the future have in store for me? My one wish: let them have a chance in society. Never let the branch have a limit, just in case I'm not around anymore to protect them. As my spirit rises above the horizon, I stare down at you guys crying. A tear with joy, my one wish, my biggest accomplishment. That's it. All right. So this one is for, I like to write in different perspectives, so this one is for the females. In a nation full of demonstration, a strong symbol surely will overlook. A point which we must prove that we can't break till there is no more breaking. In the process, I have reached my breaking point countless times. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm also a businessman, so I'm always getting social notifications. So, in a nation full of demonstration, a strong symbol surely will overlook. A point where we must prove that we must. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You got it. Take your time.
In a nation full of demonstration, a strong symbol surely will overlook. A point which we must prove that we can't break till there is no more breaking. In the process, I have reached my breaking point countless times. I must cross boundaries where no man dares to go. I am a woman. Let's make this happen. We cooking up the melting pot, more than a housewife, hand to hand to add all the ingredients. In a nation full of women, I am. To view me any different is to deny your own strength. I am God's gift, beauty well crafted. That's it. Let me look for that one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm always getting notifications. Let me see. Let me mute this real quick. Sorry. Okay. Um, this one, to be honest, I haven't figured out what it's really about, but I guess you could find out. A comfortable dream or living a nightmare. The risk you take when your body is at ease. Would I have to fall deep into a state of consciousness to better visualize my surroundings? Or will I wake up to only forgotten that I have amnesia? To quickly forget about my child tribulations, my life lessons, and go back to my old ways. Stevie Wonder blinded with Forward the Morning Yawns. Sleep is the cousin of death. A thin line to cross to see beyond the afterlife. The risk I take each time the sun has fallen while the moonlight is shining. That's it.
Thank you so much. It's so great when somebody comes for the first time and they say, I've never done this before. Because that means that this is a space where we are open and we are there with that person. And you know what? It's like such an important moment because you become so vulnerable, right? Reading all these things. It's hard to be here and with the lights and you can't see people. So thank you so much for coming and doing things for the first time here. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Ronald. Great. And Anthony? Anthony's here to close the night. Thank you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? All right. It's always a beautiful night when I get a chance to get on the stage, to listen to other poets, to share poetry. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. So it's a great night tonight. Well, let's see. I'll tell you a little short bio about me. It's not really much to say. I started writing poetry when I was 5 years old. It actually started as a homework assignment in my kindergarten class from my teacher, Mrs. Kohler. She had us write this poetry book, turn it in, and from that moment on, I've been writing poetry. So first and foremost, I want to thank Mrs. Kohler because she got me started. Then I want to thank my grandmother because she kept me going. And I want to thank Timuquoa and places like Timuquoa that have given me a platform to share my words, my poetry, my heart. So thank you. And 1 second, I gotta thank all the poets, man. Y'all are so dope, man. It's so awesome. I just gotta throw it out there. You know, give them a round of applause real quick. You gotta give them a round of applause. They're awesome. All right, so I was gonna share a certain set of poems, but I changed my mind because somebody inspired me, named Simba, to be very, very, very vulnerable. And obviously, this is authentic selves, right? Yeah. So we're gonna be authentic. Yeah. So it's 2 poems. I'm not gonna try to explain either or because they kind of go in tandem together. So essentially, I grew up on this street, right, in Miami, Florida. Again, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. I saw somebody back there. In Miami, Florida, I grew up in this street. You know, growing up on that street, I realized that that street was a source of like happiness, you know, playtime, and also a source of grief. So in understanding that, these poems came out of that. So the first poem I'm going to read is called Silver Nickels. I shake 2 silver nickels in my palm. I lay the pair on the butcher block counter to pay for 2 grenade juices on the blue corner store. P and I stroll the unpaved path along Carver Drive, flattened by shoes hard as the grit that remains. P waves deuces to L, washing a Corolla at his car wash. He lifts his chin, chucks deuces back. L's golden grin gleams. He's been P's pile since sophomores at Killian High, the store. A finch flies through doors, sliding open and groaning like Kate mumbling and mopping linoleum floors. Marlboro trucker cap is pulled low as Barry's baritone. Boombox, bare white bellows. White cap butchers bob and groove wrapped in sunlight beaming through windows while wrapping paper over chicken quarters and full racks of ribs. Later this afternoon, meat will sizzle and smoke on Buick-sized barbecue smokers, aroma billowing up. Distant thunder as God's belly grumbling. Fluorescents flicker. A dim exit sign hangs over a dark and narrow corridor. At the end, light glows between black burglar bars. Like fractured ceramic, black bars contour white light into a blazing butterfly. The monarch's hideaway is buried in blackness. Stacked blue milk crates cradle kaleidoscopes, grenade juice flavors. I grab 2 orange, 1 for now, 1 for later, Now and laters, tie-dyed candy packages straight the beige racks above. They'll quench thirst for rainbow I saw on the way. I rub 2 nickels. Nickels too few by 2. P presses 3 nickels to my palm. P smirks and says, grab a blue one too. So this is the sad part. All right. So that gentleman, I'm gonna just back up and explain something. As you'll notice, I don't say people's names. It's out of respect, right? Not just because to keep them anonymous, but also to elevate them to a higher level. So like, I said this last time actually, I'm gonna repeat it again because I think it's very important to understand. But I learned that the name of God is not uttered, it cannot be uttered. It's represented by a symbol, a tetragrammaton is what they call it. So in my reverence for these people and my love for these people, I do not utter their names. They're that important to me. They have that kind of impact. Not to say that they're God, but that they're important. So this one's called Ephemera. Tick, tick, tick. P's analog wristwatch stalls. Stills and blaring blue lights. Sirens shriek like a crying mother cradling her child's casket. The policeman waves traffic past hissing flares, glaring red on glossy eyes. Yellow tape drapes on a chain link gate. Green car wash sign is unlit. The white sheet laid on pavement flutters like discarded paper. The uncovered Reebok soles have no place to rest. We roll past on the way home after watching the new Superman movie at Cutler Ridge Mall's movie theater. P walks me to the door, closes it behind me, locks latch. Through the window, I watch P's Mazda roll back, drive away. I switch on the Sega Saturn, play Daytona speed racing. I circle the animated track like hands of the clock, locks unlatch. P's shadow casts over me, I circle, glance up. P's blank stare is the hovering raven scouring for a place to perch. He mumbles, paces. I circle. He mumbles, paces. They shot him. They shot L. Just like that. L. A Saturday car wash conversation is blood, murky water and suds gurgling down a storm drain. L's name isn't discussed again, but he haunts. Hissing flares, a glaring glint on P's rusted eyes. Wonder if P still sees L, Killian high comrade that chucks deuces whenever we cruise past the car wash. Or is L a face looming in the smoky plumes, expelled after toking up every Salem Light cigarette? Maybe L's the ebb and flow of the turnpike, a fragrance of ether before a thunderstorm. I circle to the moon buries the sun in the black cavern behind the horizon. I circle the track, so it's just like that. I circle. Each lap a strand from the white sheet that once swallowed a mom's baby, now lying under it in his own haven, his car wash. And just like that, L stain won't wash away. Whimpers emanate from below the age room door. P likely dozed watching Tales from the Crypt. I open. Murkiness and a black TV. I peek over the bed. P sleeps, whimpers. I nudge his elbow. He jolts awake. P palms his face as if still waiting for someone, anyone, to wake him. So I'll go ahead and kind of explain what happened more about that story. If you didn't get it, you may have. Hopefully you did. So I had like I said, I lived on the street and there was this car wash that I used to go to. And well, I used to pass on the way to that blue corner store I was describing. So that friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but L, he was always at that car wash. That was his car wash. And so I remember always passing, chucking deuces, and that's my dad's friend from high school. Then one day, like I said, I'm coming back from watching movies, and I see somebody lying under a sheet, and it was him. And that's that moment when I realized that home can be a source of happiness, enjoyment, and pain. Yeah. So. I got one more. Hopefully I don't go over my time. If I do, you can kick me off. All right, cool. This one, it's not really much to it. It's more of like a social awareness type of poem. I wrote it during the pandemic, just when all the protests and all, we were going through a lot. You know, it was a lot going on. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna jump into work. So, the parenthesis. The parenthesis is American like Thanksgiving or thanks I'm taking. The parenthesis is American like stars and bars, American like Lincoln and Jefferson and the asterisk beside them. The parenthesis is America and where I exist in it, and liberty in the 13th Amendment, pipeline from plantation to the prison, concrete as a promise and a lie. The parenthesis is America like Blue Legions German shepherding, and the Blue Legions kneeling, and the Blue Legions living black and blue, or any color not riding in blue, that fight a war like bullets to fairness. The parenthesis is America plainly in black and white space between lines. The parenthesis is America free and absolving sins by citing envelopes like permission slips to goons, or feds kidnapping activists, activating, or thugs, depends who's asked. The parenthesis is the flash that is intoxicating halves, not thirsting like the masses, not having the basics. And the parenthesis is America shielding people against rioters and looters, crying out and marching, lifting the many martyrs, the parenthesis tallies in red. The parenthesis is justifying killing to bury elevation, justifying red Xing the black and lives matter, zero valuing black life in the system once Hitler's blueprint to evil. The parenthesis is cutting history from culture and incarcerating heritage for a life sentence. The parenthesis is where things fall and keep falling, a place where the trail of tears runs and keeps running, a place I die and keep dying, where the Asian virus isn't Asian but is American like internment camps. The parenthesis is and isn't, like the exile existing and the home banishing the exile for existing.